Good day everybody and welcome back to the channel, and we're continuing our bit about Matt Smith. So we're up to season 6, and this is the first part of this. Is like split into part A, and this is called The Impossible Astronaut. Well, what happens with the Doctor? He goes back in time. The Doctor is in the summer an assistant of the President in saving a terrible little girl from a mystery spaceman. Now, this all ties in with the ending of it, with the Doctor being killed and that. And our next story is the Day of the Moon. And the Doctor rebellion against the aliens invasion, dating back to the very beginning of human civilization, was what happens. They all get cards, and the other card is for the Doctor, and they have to find out why. So that's all ties into the silence, because this is all set round the silence, as you can see. Our next one is The Curse of the Black Spot. Now the Doctor and his companions are shown a mystery of a disappearance of pirate crew at the hands of a beautiful Cyrus, because she's like a medical person and they get this spot. And for our next one, it's the Doctor's wife. By following a Time Lord's disillusion sign, the Doctor puts Amy, Rory and his self-beloved Tyree into a grave danger. And this is where this creature, the TARDIS, comes out and turns into a creature, as you can see, into human form. And that is our first one of this season. Now for our next season, this is a 3-parter, The Rebels Fresh. Now they land on this island where the humans are originally cloned by this factory to prevent a civil war. So that's where you can see the people and that, the clones and that. And the next one is The Almost People. Now the Doctor is following terrified factory workers and that, and the workers and the worker with the dangerous what's happened, these creatures are trying to destroy, and the Doctor has to fight them and that and solve the problem. Now for our next one, A Good Man Goes to War. Now this is when the Doctor needs an Amy by his side as he's called into all the deaths across the cosmos, with enemies use his close friends to trap him. Today we're the mark of the Battle of Demons. So that's where this one goes to in that, and there we are on the back, and Amy and Rory and that. And for our next one, it's split into the Christmas one, and this is called Doctor, the Window and the Wardrobe, and it's sort of set like round the Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe sort of story. The Doctor is like a caretaker, and he helps these children and these aliens from the magic wood, and as you can see on the back. So for our next one, we come to this one, and let's kill Hitler. Now, this is where the TARDIS crash lands in 1930. Berlin, beginning of the Doctor's face-to-face with a greatest war criminal in the universe, Adolf Hitler. And it turns out that Adolf Hitler is someone else. And they have to try and stop him, and it all carries on and it's connected. And for our next one, it is the Night Terrors. Every child is scared of a monster, but Georgie is terrified for helping reaching the Doctor before Georgie's monster reveals, and they are these dolls, because little boys pretending that there was a monster and that. So for our last one on this one, it's The Girl Who Waits. Amy's trapped in a glazed world with the victim of an alien prank paradise, with Rory saving her before she's killed by kindness. And there you go. There's like a mirror, and they have to get and they find Amy old and that. And for our next one, we come to God's climax. The TARDIS lands in a hotel where every victim's room contains a deep and dark fear, what lies in wait for in the Doctor's room. And as you can see at the top, that's the story. And for the next one is closing time. Now, the Doctor's first day are upon him, but when he drops in on a friend that was in another episode, it all ties down to the Cybermen are waiting and trying to kill him. Now for the next one, we are into The Wedding of Withersong by the Soaring Lake Silence on the Yukar. All the time and space hangs on the balance because this is the day the Doctor dies, and it's all tied in with the beginning and where the Doctor gets killed, and it's all to do with the silence, the aliens that if you can't remember them, and so that's the end of that season. No, that's continuing this season, end of season 6. So we are on to season 7, and it starts off with the assignment of the Daleks. So the Doctor's kidnapped by his old foe. The Doctor is forced on an impossible mission in a place every Dalek is too frightened to enter. The asylum, a prison planet containing the most terrified and insane of their kind. The Doctor and Pons must find and escape a route. But with Amy and Rory's relationship in meltdown and the army of the Daleks closing in, it is upon the Doctor to save their lives as well as the Pons' marriage. And I think in this one they meet someone else and saves her as well. So the next one is the dinosaurs on the ship, and this is where the Doctor is on this ship, lands on this ship, and it's heading towards disaster unless the Doctor can save it and the impossible creatures of dinosaurs and that. And with the Pons family, a little known that the father is trapped, ends up on the TARDIS with them. And for our last one on this DVD, it's a town called Mercy. So what happens? The Doctor gets stranded on this, and he's like made sheriff, and he's a gunfight. And what it is, there's the sheriff of the western town under siege by a ruthless cyborg who going to by the name of Gunslinger. Now, there is a person on there what he's after, and as you can see, the Doctor facing him, and they win the day, and everything gets destroyed, and this creature ends up staying on this, and that's for that one. So for our next one, we're up to the Power of Three. Now, the Doctor and the Pons are puzzled over an unlikely invasion of Earth. And it's like as millions of like a cube. And overnight, almost like the presence falls from the sky. And it is this mystery Q what is counting down, so the Doctor have to save Earth and then find out what the mystery. So for our next one, it is the Angels take Manhattan. Now with this story, the Doctor is heartbroken and farewell to Amy and Rory, because a race against time through the streets of Manhattan and New York, the state. So Rory gets caught by the weeping angels and gets put back in time. So Amy and the Doctor have to rescue her, and they get back to present time. But Rory noticed there's a grave with his name on. And the next minute, he turns into an angel, a frozen angel. And then Amy turns in. And that's where this is the end of Rory and Amy, because they turn into statues. And that's the end. And this is where it ties into the Christmas one. And this is called The Snowman. And it's all about, it's set in Christmas Eve 1892, and where a chilling, mysterious kind called what is taking over a woman, child and that, and it is, like scaring the children, and the Doctor has to come back. And for our next one, it is the Bells of St. John. And this is where Clara Osborne, because she was in the Dalek story, brings him to modern day London, where the Wi-Fi somewhere is harming humans, like in the Wi-Fi soup. So the Clara and the Doctor have to work a way out of stopping it and destroying the thing. And as you can see, the picture is Clara in the Christmas one. And for the final one is the Bells of Atrum. Clara wants to see something awesome, so the doctor whisks her off to inhabited rings of a planet, as where there's a festival of offerings and is in full swing. Clara meets the young queen of the year, and this excuse my cough, creature is trying to take over them. Oh, that's the end of that one. So for our next one, we encounter the Cold War, and this brings in the Ice Warriors. And what happens? A Russian submarine in 1983 is frozen, and the frozen alien warrior is awakened up just as the TARDIS materialised. So the alien's trying to get back to his own people, and the Doctor helps him and that. And for our next one, it's hidden. Something terrifying is hidden in a house, and the Doctor finds himself part of this ghost hunt. Because what is it is there's a woman trapped in like a time, and there's a creature, and Clara and the Doctor goes back to the house, and they have to fight them and get this creature out and release it. So for our next one, it is the Charms of Horror. Something ghostly is about to Victoria. Oh, something scary in Victoria, Yorkshire. As bodies of a foe, some they're turned into wax or grow red. So the Doctor and Claire start trusting this, and this is a two-parter where it is the nightmare of the sin, the Waxworth world of wonder, provided theme park plays out, and the ground is zero. And this is where this one of the creatures from who's pretending to be investigator finds the Doctor and Clara, and helps them to destroy this alien and the creature. Now, for a final one is the name of the Doctor. The Doctor has a secret he will take to his grave. And this is about, and as we can see on the back, what's the name? River Song turns up and helps him and that. And that's where this one ends. And then we go into the 50th anniversary, the Doctor's 50th, and this is the Day of the Doctor. And this ties into when they had the war and the destroying all the Daleks and the Time Lords. And there's the War Doctor, as you can see, the War Doctor on the back. And the 10th Doctor ends up coming back, and they're helping the 11th Doctor. And with the 11th Doctor likes to wear a fizz, one of his hats. And this is where they all have to fight and destroy. It is set in the Doctor embarks on the greatest adventure in the 50th anniversary special in 2013. Something terrifying is awakened in London in the National Gallery. In a 1562, a murderous plot is about in Lisbon, England, and somewhere in space, the accident backles themselves. So the Doctor, the 10th Doctor, is back in Lisbon, and he promised to marry Elizabeth I. So they find out that some creatures are behind it all, and in the end, the 4th Doctor turns up. Well, he's the narrator of the museum, and he tells the 11th Doctor he might be him. So, for our last one in the Matt Smith's, it is a Christmas one. Now, this is about called the Time of the Doctor. So, orbiting a quiet backwater planet, and massive force of the universe's deadliest species gather, drawn to a mystery message that is echoed out into the stars. Unbeknown to them, the Doctor rescues Clara from the family of Christmas Day. The Time Lord and his best friend must leave what this enemy sign means and his home. So the Doctor is trapped there, and he turns old and that, and he uses all the creatures, even the alien, the Daleks are involved, and at the end he regenerates into our next Doctor, and this is where I'll end my little saga of Matt Smith's Doctor, and I wish you a farewell for now.